Deron Butler on Kendall Sports Network.
And a good Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say Friday Eve. I'm Deron Butler, welcoming you to another edition of Heat Zone Live, courtesy of Kendall Sports Network. It's another late night game out west for Miami, as they venture into the Pacific Northwest to take on the Portland Trail Blazers. 2 nights ago, the Miami Heat came out with a big win over the Sacramento Kings, showing off not only their three-point shooting prowess, but also getting back into the swing of things with their chemistry and finding their identity. Not just through their stalwart defense, but also getting back into that pace and flow that caught the eye of the basketball world early this season. So, with the Miami Heat trying to capitalize on this win, it's going to be a very tough game against the Portland Trail Blazers, who are surprisingly one of the best teams in the Western Conference. Although they are a play-in team, I believe. They're either a play-in team or in a bottom top 6 in the Western Conference. But needless to say, players like Shadon Sharp, Donovan Clingan, Jan Hansen, and even Denny Avdia, who's been having a tremendous season so far. Do not sleep on this Portland team. Even though we don't play them as much as often, this Portland team, the last time we saw them, Denny Avdia put on a show. Even though I believe Miami beat Portland, but nevertheless, this Portland team is formidable. They look good, and I think this might be another high-scoring, fun game for both teams. And I do have my 3 keys available for tonight's game. Key number 1 is continue to establish that defensive intensity. Miami needs to keep that defensive intensity going for the remainder of the game. And I think that's something they will need to keep doing more of if they want to continue winning. And 2 nights ago, in a game against Sacramento, they showed that defensive intensity and kept the Kings on their toes. Even when players like Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, and even Russell Westbrook were trying to get some baskets in. That was a good way to keep that energy going. Speaking of energy, key number 2 is securing the rebounds. Miami needs to secure more rebounds against every team right now. And going back to the Kings game, Miami did put up a lot of rebounds. Even though Kelly Ware sat out for the game, they still managed to get more rebounds than Sacramento. So they will need to get more against Portland in this game. And third and finally is getting the second chance points and 3-point shooting. Alright, going back to my first key. My second key. Going back to my second key. Rebounding will be vital for the Heat, because on offense they will need second chance points, which will help them get some momentum on offense. And 3-point shooting will also come into play. If there's one thing to know about Portland, they're not shy about shooting 3-pointers. So Norman Powell needs to hit some threes. Nikola Jovic needs to hit some threes. We saw Simone Fontecchio. He's been in action. He's been getting some good minutes. 13 points a game. 13 points a game so far. Love that for him. So Miami needs to let it fly from behind the arc against Portland. So right now, the players are getting warmed up, and we should have opening tip-off and the starting lines very soon. And I'll be back to call the action in the first quarter. Alright, if you have any questions regarding the Miami Heat or NBA basketball in general, or some comments regarding the upcoming trade deadlines and the rumors about Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ja Morant, feel free to leave a comment and I'll answer them for you. And we are back. Here's a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game. We have Kasper Siakajunas starting out there with Norman Powell, Pelle Larsson, Andrew Wiggins, and Bam Adebayo. That's our starting lineups for your Miami Heat. And VIP Records, the label, asking about any news on Terry Rozier. Well, as it stands right now with Terry Rozier, I'm pretty sure he's going to be traded away from Miami. Not sure where to, but the whole Terry Rozier situation and the controversy behind it should not have been falling on the Miami Heat. The Charlotte Hornets should have forewarned Miami about Terry Rozier's history. But again, that's on the league itself. I do believe that Terry Rozier will be traded and his $26 million will be off the books. And I do believe that he could either land in Memphis or Milwaukee, probably the Lakers or Golden State. Those are my four choices as far as Terry Rozier ending up in on a new team. And I also like to point out that you predict Miami winning 122 to 118. I love that confidence. So Miami should get this game started right about now. So here we go. All right, Miami has tied this one up with free throws. So we have some action underway. Right now, Portland has the ball. 10:38 remain. All right, Portland just scored. So right now, both teams are in the filling out process right now. All right, Miami has possession. And it goes right back to Portland, who knocks down another basket. So the Blazers now lead by 4 in this one. And Miami answered back with a three-pointer. And Miami has come back to take the lead. Their first one in this game. .934 remaining in the first quarter. And Miami answers back again. Now it's a 3-point lead for the Heat. And it looks like we may have a timeout for both teams. Miami is leading 9-6. All right, we'll be back for more Heat action. Okay, and we are back. Score is 9-6, Miami. Right now, Portland has possession of the ball. For those of you who are tuning in, welcome. This is the Heat Zone live, and Portland are at the free throw line, shooting 2 free throws. Portland just knocked down their first, so it's now a 2-point game for Miami. And now Portland went 2 for 2 from the line, so it's now a 1-point game. Miami looking to increase their lead, and they do with a 3, so it's now a 4-point game. Portland looking to answer back with a basket of their own. And they managed to get the basket off. So right now it's been back and forth between these two teams. Alright, Denny Avdia making that last basket. Bam Adebayo missing that one. And a defensive rebound by Shadon Sharp. And Portland comes up empty with that miss. Right now, Miami looking to get it back, but Portland answers back with a basket of their own. We're all tied at 12. All right, here comes Miami. Looking to retake the lead, and they do with another basket from Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins getting to the lane with that basket with a nice assist from Pelle Larsson. And here comes Portland answering right back with a basket of their own from Drew Holiday. The action so far has been intense, been fast, and a 3-pointer from Miami to keep themselves back into this one. Kasparas Siaka Jr. is knocking down that 3 from Miami. And a Portland turnover leading to another basket for Miami. Nice heads-up play from Bam to come up with that steal. Bam Adebayo with the steal and the layup. And not to be outdone, Portland answering back with a basket of their own. Right now, the score is 19-16 Miami. Drew Holiday coming up with that jump shot. Right now, it's a 3-point game for Miami, and Drew Holiday will get called for a foul. Not sure who was on. Jaime Hawkins Jr. enters the game for Pelle Larsson. Caleb Love enters the game for Portland. He replaces Drew Holiday. And Nikola Jovic will enter the game for Miami. He replaces Bam Adebayo. And the Portland Trailblazers answer back with a 3-pointer of their own to tie the game at 19. Toumani Camara knocking down that 3-pointer. And a defensive rebound for Portland. The Blazers looking to retake the lead right now. And they do with the 3-pointer. Shadon Sharp coming up strong with that 3-pointer as Portland takes the lead. Denny Avdia coming up big with that assist. All right, and here comes Miami looking to answer back if they can. Nope, and we're gonna have ourselves a coach's challenge from Miami. So we will have a timeout after that basket. Score is 23-19 Portland. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Miami's trying to come back into this one, but Portland is trying to keep the Blazers away from. Sorry, Portland is trying to keep Miami away from retaking the lead as Tamani Kamara making that dunk. Now we have a full timeout for Miami. The action so far has been back and forth, but Portland right now holds a 4-point lead against Miami, 25-21, and we'll be back for more Heat action. And we are back. Score is 25-21 Portland. Robert Williams III ends the game for Donovan Clingan. Portland right now have a 4-point lead. And Jeremy Grant ends the game for Denny Avdia. Right now the Blazers trying to maintain that lead or increase it. Robert Williams III coming up with that defensive rebound after that miss from Norman Powell. Jaime Hawkins Jr. comes up with a defensive rebound on the other end. And here come the Heat. Nikola Jovic coming up with another rebound, helping out Miami. And the Heat get a basket. So right now the Heat are within 2 against Portland. And Andrew Wiggins coming up with another defensive rebound for Miami. And here comes the Heat. Andrew Wiggins missing that three-point shot, and here comes Portland. Shadon Sharp bringing it up to the floor. He misses the shot, and Miami comes up with a defensive rebound. All right, here comes Wiggins. Wiggins passes it out to Drew Smith. Back to Wiggins. for three. That's a miss. Rebound by Shadon Sharp, and here comes the Blazers. Another rebound from Miami, but that ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portland, it will be Heat ball. And Simone Fontecchio enters the game for Miami, replacing Norman Powell. Right now, score is 25-23 Portland. Drew Smith will inbound the ball. And he just committed a dumb turnover, a traveling turnover, stepping over the line to inbound the ball. That is classic Shaqtin' a Fool moment right there. That is a classic Shaqtin' a Fool. That was a dumb play, and that ball goes right back to Portland. Robert Williams III kicks it out to Caleb Love. Drew Holiday is Caleb Love for three. That's a miss. Another rebound. Here comes Portland. There's a three on the way. That's another miss. And Portland finally knocks down the basket. All right, here comes Miami. Wiggins. Out to Hawkins. To Fontecchio. To Hawkins. To Wiggins. Hawkins gets his shot blocked, and here comes Portland on the other end. Portland now looking to answer back with another three. There it is. And they knock it down. So now the Trailblazers lead by 8 in this game. And that ball is knocked loose by Portland, so it'll be Heat ball. All right, here comes Portland. Coming up with that miss. Nikola Jovic for three. He misses it. Rebound by Portland. The Blazers right now have been on a 17-4 run so far. Here comes the Blazers missing that three. Here comes Nikola Jovic. Finds Bam. To Fontecchio. To Jovic for three. And Nikola Jovic three for Miami. The Heat trail by 5 in this one. Here come the Blazers. All right, here come. And Portland answers back with a layup as the Trailblazers lead by 7. Here comes Drew Smith. Gives it to Jovic. Jovic, Bam for three. Rebound by Drew Smith. Kicks it out to Fontecchio for three. Rims out, and here comes Portland. The Blazers are now looking to add more baskets. And there's another one for Portland. And that's... All right, here comes Hawkins. Finds Jovic. Jovic to Fontecchio for three. And Simone Fontecchio three from Miami. All right, here comes Portland. That's a missed three. All right, Portland will inbound the ball. That's a three on the way from Robert Williams III. That's a miss. Rebound by Jaime Hawkins Jr. Here comes Fontecchio. Gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins with a spin, going into the lane. He's in traffic, but he gets fouled. I'm sorry, that was 3 and a key on Miami, so it will be Portland ball. And there's another 3 for Portland. This one from Denny Avdia. And here comes Hawkins. Hawkins guarded by Avdia. Kicks it out to Drew Smith. Here comes Drew Smith. Finds Hawkins. Hawkins driving into the lane again. And Hawkins gets the layup. Alright, here comes Portland. Denny Avdia, guarded by Hawkins and Drew Smith. Avdia missing the layup. And that's going to end the first quarter right there. At the end of the first quarter, score is 38-31, Portland. Stick around, we'll have more Heat action in the second quarter. And we are back. Score is 38-31. Miami 38-31. Portland. Here comes Denny Avdia. Blazers have possession of the ball. Missed 3. That's a block. And here comes Miami. Myron Gardner finds Drew Smith. Out to Hawkins. Hawkins finds Fontecchio. Myron Gardner for 3. That rims out. But Bam is there for the putback. As the Heat are within 5 now. Bam Adebayo so far has 11 points, shooting 4 from 7 from the field. And here comes Portland again. Comes up with a miss, but that's going to be a foul on Jaime Hawkins Jr. So right now that will send Portland to the line for 2 free throws. Portland missing the first free throw. And Portland goes 1 of 2 from the line. Here comes Jaime Jaquez. Jaquez finds Byron Gardner to Bam for 3. That rims out. Rebound by Fontecchio. And Fontecchio's there for the layup as the Heat are now within 4. All right, here comes Portland. Drew Holiday. Holiday driving into the lane. Finds Denny Avdia, but he gets fouled. That one's going to be on Byron Gardner. But Portland will have it side out. Nice heads-up play by Fontecchio to get the rebound and the layup. Right. And Denny Avdia knocks down that basket, so now Portland are up by 6. Jaime Jaquez Jr. missing that jump shot. Rebound by Denny Avdia. Portland now looking to answer back again. And another foul is on Miami. This time is on Byron Gardner. Byron Gardner at the line for Portland. He knocks down the first free throw. Caleb Love re-enters the game for Portland. He replaces City Sissoko. And Pelle Larsson enters the game for Miami, replacing Jaime Jaquez Jr. Denny Avdia making both free throws. Portland's lead now goes up to 8. Right now, Miami has the ball. Looking to answer back in this game. Right now, Portland's still leading 43-35. It appears that we may have a timeout. So yes, it will be a timeout. So Portland is leading 43-35. I apologize on that one. Miami answers back with a basket from Bam Adebayo. So now the Heat are within 6 in this game. And another bad pass from Denny Avdia. Pelle Larsson coming up with a steal. And that will lead to another basket from Simone Fontecchio. Another missed shot from Denny Avdia. And here comes Bam with the defensive rebound. And right now, all of a sudden, Miami are rolling in this game. The Heat are starting to come alive in this game as Drew Smith knocks down a basket, and that will lead to a Portland Trailblazers timeout. Miami right now are on a roll as they're looking to retake the lead against Portland. Score is 43-41 Portland, and we'll be back for more Heat action. And we are back. Score is 43-41 Portland. Right now, the Blazers answered back with a basket from Denny Avdia, a three-pointer. Right now, Miami is trying to get back into this game. Denny Avdia hitting that corner three to bring the Blazers with the up by 5. Here comes Drew Smith. And here comes Drew Smith with the rebound. Here comes Bam, flying through the lane. He gets fouled and will go to the line for 2 free throws. All right, Bam Adebayo on the line for Miami. He knocks down the first free throw. And he makes both free throws. So right now, it's a 3-point game for Portland. Here comes Drew Holiday. Holiday guarded by Pelle Larsson. Drew Holiday in traffic right now. Finds Denny Avdia. Avdia drives in, missing that basket. He gets his own rebound and puts it back up. Was looking for the foul but doesn't get it. Portland leads by 5 again. Here comes Bam. Bam flies in, missing the layup. Drew Smith now has the ball, missing that 3, and Portland comes up with the rebound. Here comes Drew Smith. Drew Holiday, excuse me. Denny Avdia from long range, missing that basket. Avdia again, missing it. And here comes Miami. Ball almost stolen away from Drew Smith. All right, Drew Smith drilling his way to the lane. And he misses that basket. Rebound by Portland. And the Blazers are on a fast break. And they get the basket. Portland goes up by 7, and that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. Eric Spoelstra is not liking what he's seeing on the floor for his team. The Blazers are up 50 to 43 in this game. And we are back. Score is 50-43, Portland. There's a look at former Heat player and NBA champion James Jones, who was very instrumental as part of that 2006 NBA championship team for the Heat. Of course, this is the 20th anniversary of the 2006 championship team that featured Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Doliak, Alonzo Mourning, Udonis Haslem, Jason Williams, Jason Capone, among many others. And we're back into the game. All right, here comes Portland. There's a 3 on the way, and Portland knocks it down. The Blazers lead by 10 in this game. Here comes Hawkes. Hawkes in the lane, finds Larson. So that's Jovic. Jovic gives it to Hawkes. Here comes Hawkes. Back to Jovic. Corner 3 on the way. That's a miss. And rebound by Miami. Fontecchio gives it to Wiggins. To Drew Smith. To Norman Powell. Hawkes. And he will go to the line for 2 free throws. And Hawkes makes the first free throw. And Hawkes makes both free throws. Right, and here comes Portland. Rebound by Jovic. He gives it to Hawkes. Hawkes finds Norman Powell. And Norman Powell knocks down the basket. And the Heat are within 6 right now. All right, here comes Portland again. Driving into the lane. Kicks it out. That's a 3 on the way. And Portland knocks down that basket. All right, here comes that's Pelle Larson. Larson makes a basket. The Heat are within 7 right now. And another 3 from Portland as they go up by 10. Right, here comes Drew Smith. Sorry, that's Norman Powell. Passing the ball around. Wiggins knocks down the basket. And here comes Portland. Andrew Wiggins now with 9 points, a 4 for 6 shooting. And that's gonna be it. No, that's gonna be an offensive foul, and it appears that Nikola Jovic is hurt. Nikola Jovic appears to be hurt right now. Let's take a look at this again. He took 1 in the face from Jeremy Grant. Yeah, he took it right in the face from Jeremy Grant. So that's an offensive foul on Portland. All right, so it's Miami's ball. Jovic passes it out to Norman Powell. Here goes Powell. Powell gets fouled, and he will go to the line for some free throws. Not sure if he was behind the line or not, but Tamani Kamara is arguing with the referee about that call. So far in this game, Bam Adebayo has 15 points for Miami, leading the way on offense. Norman Powell knocks down the first free throw. And Powell makes both free throws. So the Heat are within 6 right now. And here comes Portland. It's stolen away by Wiggins. Wiggins flies through and he gets the layup. And Miami now within 4. Here comes Portland. The Blazers trying to get into the lane. And they get the layup. So Portland are up by 6. Here comes Jovic. Jovic in traffic. Finds Norman Powell for the fadeaway. And Norman Powell knocks it down. And the Heat are within 4 right now. Norman Powell has 10 points, going 4 for 6 from the field. And that's going to be another offensive charge on Portland, so it'll be Heat ball. Pelle Larsson taking that charge. Pelle Larsson been getting hit all kinds of ways throughout this season. And that's going to be a technical foul on Portland. Norman Powell missing that free throw. So right now the Heat are 8 from 9 from free throw land, while Portland are 5 for 6. And Pelle Larsson leading the Heat in charges drawn. All right, here comes Larsson. Gives it to Wiggins. That's a 3 on the way from Fontecchio. He misses it. Rebound by Miami. Here comes Wiggins out to Jaquez. Here comes Jaquez. That's a 3 on the way. And that's not gonna go in. So it's gonna be a traveling violation or rather an offensive foul on Miami. So it'll be Portland ball. Alright, here goes Portland. That's a long 3. That's a miss. Rebound to Denny Avdia. Kicks it out. Back to Avdia. That's a 3 on the way. And that rims out. Rebound by Wiggins. Wiggins finds Jovic. Jovic to Bam. Bam with the reverse layup. And he gets it under duress. Miami right now on a roll. The Heat right now are on a 10-2 run as that ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portland. All right, here comes Andrew Wiggins. Finds Bam. Corner 3. That rims out. Rebound by Pelle Larsson, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Denny Avdia getting called for that foul. Sorry, that's going to be Nikola Jovic going to the line. And Avdia is not happy about that call whatsoever. Jovic missing the first free throw. Alright, Denny Avdia was coming out of the game for Portland. And Nikola Jovic missing both free throws. So right now it's still a 2-point game. Portland now with 10 turnovers to Miami's 5. Here comes Drew Holiday. Charging into the lane, gets his shot blocked. And here comes the Heat on a fast break. Wiggins flying through, but he gets fouled. Wait a second. No, it is off on Wiggins, so it's gonna be Portland ball. No, I disagree with that call. That should have been a foul on Portland. That should have been a foul on Portland. Wiggins got grabbed from behind. No, if I'm the Heat, I'm calling a challenge. Alright, okay, so it's gonna be Heat ball instead. Norman Powell gets fouled. Nope. Alright, no foul call. Alright, here goes Portland again. Alright, Portland passing the ball all over the place. They missed the layup. Another missed layup. And here comes Miami. Here comes Norman Powell flying to the lane. And he gets the layup. And we're all tied at 61. Alright, here comes Denny Avdia. Thought about going for the three, but kicks it out. And Portland retakes the lead. Alright, here comes Wiggins. Finds Bam. Bam to Norman Powell. Back out to Bam. To Norman Powell for three. That rims out. Recovered by Denny Avdia. And here comes Portland now. Denny Avdia for three. He misses it. Rebound by Wiggins. Wiggins gives it to Jovic. Jovic now directing traffic, looking for the final shot in this game, or rather this second quarter, because Jovic downhill, and Jovic manages to get the layup. That's a step back three from Portland, and that's going to end the first half. It's been a back and forth game between these two teams, but right now Miami should be feeling good about drawing within one against Portland, as the Trailblazers lead 64-63. So far, it's been back and forth between these two teams. I want to apologize in advance for my choppy commenting play-by-play. Yeah, my choppy play-by-play commenting because on our end, the media was still showing the Warriors-Mavs game, and they were showing the post-show. They didn't really get to the Heat game until late into the first quarter. So that's why I was still kind of going choppy with my commentating, I should say. But as it stands right now, Portland has a 1-point lead, but Miami is looking to not only retake the lead, but to build upon it. I definitely believe that this Heat team is going to show up like they did in the second half, like they did against Sacramento 2 nights ago. So it's halftime. I'm gonna go get me something to drink, and we'll be back for the third quarter. Again, if you have any questions or any comments regarding the Miami Heat or the upcoming NBA trade deadline rumors regarding John Morant, Terry Rozier, Andrew Wiggins, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, feel free to drop a question or comment, and I'll be there to answer it for you. And we are back. Score 64-63. We're nearing the end of halftime and going right into the third quarter for this game. I do expect to see some defensive intensity from Miami, along with some avid scoring from Bam Adebayo, Nikola Jovic, Pelle Larsson, and especially the bench needs to also be more involved in this game. So right now, players are still warming up, and we should have the third quarter starting very soon. So right now, players are getting themselves warmed up for the third quarter. Portland will have possession of the ball. All right, here comes Deni Avdija, being guarded by Wiggins. Kicks it out to Drew Holiday. Back to Avdija. Avdija flies in, gets fouled. Not sure if it's going to be 2 free throws for Portland. Alright, so Deni Avdija will go to the line for 2 free throws. Avdija makes the first free throw. And Avdija makes both free throws. Alright, here comes Miami. Kasper Siaka Jr. brings it to the floor. Kicks it out to Pelle Larsson. Finds Bam, and Bam knocks it down, as Miami are within 1 right now. All right, here comes Portland. They give it to Avdija. Here comes Avdija. Finds Drew Holiday. That goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portland. I'm sorry, last touch by Miami, so it'll be Portland ball. That was a nice fadeaway from Bam. Contested by Donovan Clingan. Alright, Portland will have the ball side out. And it's stolen away by Andrew Wiggins. Miami on a fast break. Here comes Bam. And Bam gets the and 1. Miami retakes the lead. So Bam will go to the line for 1 more. Bam right now has 21 points, going 8 for 14 from the field. And Bam goes ahead and knocks it down. So Miami has the lead for now. Hopefully they can find some momentum. Here comes Portland. Stolen away. Here comes Norman Powell for 3. That's a miss. Rebound by Portland. Here comes Deni Avdija. That's a 3 on the way. And just like that, Portland retakes the lead. Shadon Sharp with 6 points, shooting 40% from three-point land. Here comes Wiggins. Finds Bam. Bam with a step back three. He misses. It rims out. And here comes Portland. Shade on Sharp has it. Right, Shade on Sharp going to the lane. Kicks it out to Drew Holiday for the corner three, and he knocks it down. So right now the Portland Trailblazers are up by 4. Alright, here comes Casper Jakajunas. He finds Bam. And Bam gets the basket. And that's going to prompt a Portland Trailblazers timeout. So far, both teams have been back and forth, battling and trading the lead. So far, it's been it could be anyone's game as Portland leads 72-70. And we are back. Score is 72-70 Portland. Right now it's been back and forth between these two teams. And it looks like Denny Avdia may have hurt his back during the game. And you see him, he's on the bench. So we may not see him on the floor for a while, as Portland answers back with a 3 of their own to go up by 5. Alright, and here comes Casper Jakajunas. Jakajunas gives it to Bam. Ball's knocked loose, but it was last touched by Miami, so it'll be Portland ball. Here comes Drew Holiday. Holiday kicks it up the shade on Sharp. Sharp guarded by Bam. Sharp with a turnaround, and he gets the basket. Portland now leading by 7. And here comes Miami now. Shade on Sharp right now in this game, he has 8 points, shooting 30% from the field. And that ball's going out of bounds on Miami, so it'll go back to Portland. And here comes Drew Holiday, and he gets the basket. And that's going to prompt a Miami Heat timeout. Just when you thought Miami had a chance to retake the lead, the Portland Trail Blazers answered back with a couple of baskets as they lead 79-70. And we are back. Score is 79-70 Portland. Here comes Kasper Yakajunas. Yakajunas finds Powell. Here's Bam. And there's a dunk. Uncontested dunk from Bam. As Miami now within 7. Portland was looking for a foul on that end, but didn't get it. Here comes Shadon Sharp. Guarded by Pelle Larsson. Shadon Sharp for 3. And he knocks it down. And the Portland Trailblazers go up by 10. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins, guarded by Shadon Sharp. Wiggins kicks it out to Bam. Bam, guarded by Donovan Clingan. And that's a blocked shot. Rebound by Shadon Sharp. Here comes Drew Holiday. That's a long 3, and he gets it. Right now, Portland is leading by 13 as they go on a 13-2 run. And here comes Pelle Larsson. Larsson finds Wiggins. Wiggins misses that basket. Rebound by Donovan Clingan. And here comes Portland again. They're on a 13-2 run. Looking to add more. And they do with Donovan Clingan getting that dunk, so it's now a 15-2 run. A 15-2 run, and that will prompt a Heat timeout. Eric Spoelstra is not loving what he is seeing, but Coach Thiago Splitter is loving what he is seeing with Portland. Right now, the Blazers are leading 87-72. Alright, here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. By the way, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Portland right now have been on his 15-2 run. Here comes Jaquez. No basket for him. And a rebound by Portland. Here comes Drew Holiday. Kicks it out. Back to Holiday. Holiday almost lost the ball. Gives it to Shadon Sharp. Shadon going downhill. And he gets the layup. Right now, Portland is on a 17-2 run. Here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jaquez to Wiggins. Finds Norman Powell. Norman Powell loses the ball, and that's going to be an offensive foul. I'm sorry, that's going to be a defensive foul on Portland. And that will send Norman Powell to the line for 2 free throws. Norman Powell makes the first free throw. And Nikola Jovic will come back into the game, replacing Bam Adebayo. Drew Holiday will also come out of the game for Portland as Jeremy Grant re-enters. And Norman Powell knocks down the second free throw, only for Portland to answer back with a basket of their own. Jovic comes up with a basket. Rebound, I mean. And Norman Powell is there for the basket. Nikola Jovic with the assist. And Norman Powell again coming up big for Miami. And here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. with a defensive rebound. The Heat right now trying to come back into this one, with Pelle Larsson making the layup. All right, Caleb Love missing that basket. Donovan Clingan's there for the rebound, looking for the putback, and he gets it. Oh, sorry, that's going to be a 3-pointer for Portland. Jeremy Grant knocking down that 3. And here comes Miami answering right back. Right now, the Heat are trailing by 14 in this one. Norman Powell hitting that layup. Jeremy Grant missing yet another shot, and it's a rebound for Portland. All right, we also have some substitutions for both teams. Sissoko enters the game for Portland, replacing Caleb Love, and Drew Smith enters the game for Miami, replacing Pelle Larsson. And right now, we're gonna have ourselves a Heat timeout. Portland may have the lead, but Miami are trying to get themselves back into this one. Portland leads 94-80. All right, and we are back. Score is 94-80. There was a coach's challenge for Miami, and of course, Miami are successful with that challenge, so they will have possession of the ball. Drew Smith now has it. Kicks it out to Larson. That's going to be an air ball, so it's going to be Portland ball. Nikola Jovic was the one who missed that three-pointer. Here comes Shadon Sharp. Sharp driving into the lane, and he gets the layup. Nope. Robert Williams III was there for the putback. Here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. Ball stolen away, but it's recovered by Miami. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins out to Jaquez. Here comes Jaime Jaquez. Gives it to Norman Powell. Loses the ball, but he gets fouled. All right, Miami inbounds the ball. And that's going to be another foul on Portland. I think that one's going to be on Shadon Sharp. All right, and here comes Drew Smith. Smith kicks it out to Powell. Powell for three. That rims out. Rebound by Robert Williams III. And here comes Drew Holiday in Portland. Holiday driving into the lane. Ball rims out. And here comes Miami. And Miami calls a turnover. That's an open three. No go. But that's going to be a foul on. That's going to be a foul on Nikola Jovic. Jovic came up with that careless turnover, and of course, an even more careless foul. Was clearly in the space of Jeremy Grant when he was going for that three-pointer. So that I think that's going to be a flagrant foul plus 3 free throws. So right now we have an official review, and we'll find out what the referee has to say. All right, so after that referee's review, it is going to be a flagrant foul. So 3 free throws will be for Jeremy Grant. Simone Fontecchio will enter the game for Nikola Jovic. And Bam Adebayo will re-enter the game for Miami, replacing Andrew Wiggins. Right now, Jeremy Grant's at the line for 3 free throws. He made the first already. Jeremy Grant makes the second. And Jeremy Grant makes the third. So right now, Portland is way ahead of Miami right now. Here's Norman Powell. Finds Bam for 3. And rims out. Rebound by Shadon Sharp. Here comes Sharp. Guarded by Hawkes. Sharp with the fadeaway, and he gets it. Right now, Portland has a 21-point lead over Miami. I'm telling you, this Portland team is nice right now. And there's Bam with a putback dunk. Alright, here comes Shadon Sharp again. And it looks like there's going to be a foul called on Miami. And Bam is walked. Oh, you don't like to see this. Bam is jogging gingerly after that last collision. Alright, Myron Gardner's now in the game for Miami. Bam looks like he's still in a bit of a discomfort. Alright, so right now the Heat have the ball. Fontecchio kicks it out. That's a 3 on the way. Rims out. Here comes Drew Smith, and he gets fouled. Alright, so Drew Smith will go to the line for 2 free throws. Drew Smith knocks down the first. And Drew Smith makes both free throws. So right now Miami's trailing by 17 in this one. Alright, here comes Drew Holiday. Oh, nice behind the back pass, but it gets stolen by Miami. And there's Simone Fontecchio. He took off like train for that dunk. Miami now trailing by 15 in this game. That's a long 3 for Portland. That rims out. Rebound by Myron Gardner. Here comes Gardner flying through. And he took a spill, but he will go to the line for 2 free throws. And that was a nice play from earlier. Simone Fontecchio taking off for that dunk. Myron Gardner knocking down the first free throw. And that brings Miami within 14. And Myron Gardner goes 1 of 2 from the line. All right, and here comes Portland. Drew Holiday has it. He can't get the basket, and here comes Fontecchio. Simone Fontecchio passes it out to Drew Smith. Smith to Gardner. Gardner kicks it out to Hawkins, to Bam. Bam to Smith. Smith finding Hawkins. Simone Fontecchio, long three. And Simone La Dolce Vita Fontecchio. 3 for Miami. And that's going to prompt a timeout for the Portland Trailblazers. Just like Portland went on a run right now, Miami is on a run of their own. A 10-0 run right now. And they draw within 11. Portland is leading in this one, 101-90. And we are back. Score is 101-90. Miami right now on a 10-0 run. Simone Fontecchio, he's been lighting it up for Miami. He has 12 points in this game so far. And the ball is knocked loose, so it'll be Heat ball. And Simone Fontecchio is right there again for the Heat. Simone Fontecchio right now with 14 points. Shooting 6 for 7 from the field. Miami right now on a 12-0 run. And here comes Portland. And there's a putback from Robert Williams III. So right now it is a 11-point game for Portland. Miami going on, still on a 12-2 run. Fontecchio finds Drew Smith for 3. That rims out. Rebounds by Portland. Alright, here comes Drew Smith. That's right, Drew Holiday, excuse me. Guarded by Simone Fontecchio. Drew Holiday. Corner 3, and he misses it. So at the end of the third quarter, Portland leads 103-92. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen, and buckle your seatbelts because the fourth quarter is coming soon, and let's see how the Miami Heat responds. And we are back. Score is 103-92. Portland, and we are ready to begin the fourth quarter. Right now, looking at the standings in the Eastern Conference, Miami is currently in 8th place. They're still in play-in territory. And right above them in 7th place is the Orlando Magic. So right now, looking at how things are in the Eastern Conference, as far as the whole scope of the divisions, the Atlantic Division and the Central Division are the two strongest divisions. The Southeast Division is probably the weakest of the three. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. But right now we have action on the way. Miami has the ball. Drew Smith kicks it out to Bam. Back to Fontecchio. Here's Myron Gardner for three. And that's a 3-point. I'm sorry, that's Drew Smith with the three. I'm not sure it was either Drew Smith or Myron Gardner knocking down that three, but Miami right now has our drop within 8, and there's another basket from Portland. Donovan Clingan knocking it down. Ball is knocked loose, and here comes Portland again. Almost lost the ball. Gives it back to Donovan Clingan. Uncontested three, and he gets it. So right now it's a 13-point lead for Portland. All right, here comes Miami. Loses the ball, and here comes Portland again. Drew Holiday directing traffic, and Portland coming up with that miss. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it will be Portland's ball again. All right, and here comes Portland. Drew Holiday missing that basket. Here comes Miami now. Drew Smith kicks it out. That's a three on the way for Miami. And that's another miss for the Heat. Here comes Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday with a spin. Kicks it out. And that's a missed dunk for Portland. But they recovered a loose ball. Donovan Clingan is double teamed. Kicks it out to Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday step back three. Misses it. Both teams have been putting up bricks while still fighting for rebounds. One of these teams needs to break through right now. Alright, Drew Holiday is coming out of the game for Portland. One of these teams needs to break through and make a basket. Alright, Shadon Sharp has it. Portland just being careless with the ball right now. And here comes Miami. Myron Gardner. Kicks it out to Bam. Bam going up against Clingan, and he gets the layup. Right now, Bam Adebayo has 30 points, going 12 for 21 from the field. All right, and here comes Shadon Sharp. Nope. All right, and here comes Portland again. Looking to answer back with something. That's a three on the way. That rims out. But Donovan Clingan recovers the ball. Loses it. And here comes Miami. Simone Fontecchio, corner three. And he knocks it down under duress. Simone La Dolce Vita Fontecchio, three. Mwah. Love that for Miami. Fontecchio now with 17 points, shooting 75% from three-point land. Right now, the Heat is trying to make a comeback in this one as Shadon Sharp answers with a floater. Shadon Sharp has 17 points in this game. Myron Gardner now has the ball. Finds Drew Smith for three. And that rims out. And here comes Portland. Shadon Sharp being guarded by Myron Gardner. Now guarded by Fontecchio. That's a long three. And that rims out. Rebound by Bam. Here comes Miami. Drew Smith thought about going for the three, but doesn't. Here's Simone Fontecchio. Gives it to Myron Gardner. And Myron, the Gardner three from Miami. All right, here comes Portland. Looking to answer back. And that's a block three, but Portland recovers with the basket. Bam doesn't know what to do. And I think that's gonna prompt a timeout for Miami. Thankfully there's a heads up timeout for Miami as Portland leads 112 to 103. And we are back. So far in this game, it's 112 to 103. Right now, Miami and Portland have been lighting it up on the three-point line. Pella Larson is now in the game for Miami. Gives it to Bam. That's a long three from Miami. That's a miss. Rebound by Larson. Larson going for three. He misses it. Rebound by Robert Williams III. And Portland looking to answer with a three of their own. That's a three on the way, and Shadon Sharp knocks it down. Here comes Bam. All right, Miami swinging the ball around, gives it to Myron Gardner. Ball is knocked loose, and here comes Miami. Here comes Portland. Drew Holiday has it, being guarded by Myron Gardner. And there's an interception, and here comes Miami. Pella Larson with a dunk. I'm sorry, that's Pella Larson with the dunk. Pella Larson in this game has 6 points and 60% shooting from the field. And that's going to be a foul on Miami, and Pella Larson is down again. I'm telling you, there is no one who is just taking a beating on the court for Miami other than Pella Larson. I mean, the man is taking a lot of abuse, a lot of charges. He is one tough individual. I'll give him that. He is a tough individual. I'll give him that. So right now, Portland are at the line. Tamani Kamara missing the first free throw. And Norman Powell is now in the game for Miami. And Portland goes 1 of 2 from the line. Here comes Bam. Bam is guarded by Robert Williams III. He misses that layup, and here comes Portland. Portland are swinging the ball around. That's a fadeaway, and they get the basket. Right now, Portland is leading by 13, and here comes Miami. Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins gets tangled up, loses the ball, and it's recovered by Portland. All right, here comes Portland. The step back three, that rims out. Rebound by Miami. Here comes Fontecchio, gives it to Bam. Out to Fontecchio. Norman Powell thought about going for the three. He's cornered. Loses the ball, and here comes Portland again. An alley-oop to Shadon Sharp, and that will give Portland a 15-point lead as Eric Spoelstra once again calls for timeout. Coach Spoelstra is not loving what he's seeing on both ends of the floor for Miami, as the Trailblazers lead 120 to 105. And we are back. Score is 120 to 105. Portland. Shadon Sharp has suddenly found his game right now. He's been knocking everything down for Portland, including that alley-oop. This game has gotten away from Miami. So here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jaquez finds Norman Powell, who misses that three. Here comes Shadon Sharp again. Shadon Sharp, guarded by Bam. Sharp steps back three, knocks it down. And we have ourselves an 18-point lead for Portland. And it's Jaquez. Jaquez missing that basket. Bam with the uncontested putback. Nobody on that Portland team wanted to stop that from happening. But it's now a 16-point game for Portland. Bam right now with 32 points in this game, and we're going to have ourselves a timeout. We have ourselves a timeout from Portland as the Blazers lead 123 to 107. No. And we are back. Score is 123 to 107. Portland. There was some notice. If you know, Drew Holiday is still one of the remaining players from that 2009 draft class that include James Harden, Stephen Curry, and DeMar DeRozan, all of whom are still playing in the league and still thriving. And speaking of thriving, Portland have a 16-point lead, and they're looking to extend it. All right, here goes Shadon Sharp. Sharp is guarded by Wiggins. As a three from Drew Holiday, misses it. Rebound by Miami. Here comes Norman Powell. Almost lost the ball. Powell for three. He misses it. Rebound by Portland. Shadon Sharp now has it. Guarded by Wiggins. Shadon staring down Wiggins. Alright, and somehow that basket managed to find its way in. Caleb Love now with 20 points, going 8 for 18 from the field. And there's Fontecchio coming up with that miss. And Wiggins will go to the line for the and one. All right, Norman Powell will come out of the game for Miami. and Wiggins makes the and one. All right, here comes Portland. Let's see how they respond. Shadon Sharp is guarded by Wiggins. Shadon looking to run the clock out. And yet another good basket for Portland, as they now lead by 17 in this game. Here comes Jaquez. Jaquez finds Fontecchio to Bam. Back to Fontecchio for three. That rims out, and here comes Portland again. And this game is starting to unravel right now. That's a long three, and that rims out. Miami doesn't seem to have any answers for Portland right now. Here comes Bam. Bam trying to back him down. Doesn't get the basket. And that's going to be a rebound for Portland. And Portland gonna dribble this one out. They're just gonna let the clock wind down. And that will do it. Final score, 127-110 Portland. Again, 127-110 Portland. This one was a tough loss for Miami, who were looking to rebound after their big win over Sacramento. I mean, this game had a lot of physicality. I mean, what you can expect from this game. Lots of turnovers, some three-pointers, but the main highlight was Bam Adebayo getting 30-plus points for the Heat, while at the same time, Deni Avdija and Shadon Sharp looked like a 1-2 punch combination for the Trailblazers. This was a tough loss for Miami, definitely for sure. So right now, Miami falls to 23 wins, 23 losses. Definitely not a good look for the Heat right now, especially when they are in the play-in territory. So something has to give for Miami right now, especially with the mid-season trade deadline looming. For the Miami Heat, Andrew Wiggins had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Norman Powell had 18 points. Simone Fontecchio came off the bench, hitting 17 points. And Bam Adebayo leading the way with a double-double of 32 points and 10 rebounds with 2 assists. And for the Portland Trailblazers, Deni Avdija had a near double-double of 20 points and 7 rebounds. Toumani Camara also was a near double-double of 16 points and 8 rebounds. Followed by Drew Holiday with another near double-double of 15 points and 7 assists. Caleb Love came in off the bench with 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Shadon Sharp was another near double-double of 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. The next time we see the Heat, the next time we see the Heat again, they are going to be... Alright, the next time we see the Heat, it's going to be a Saturday night jazz concert in Utah when they go up against the Utah Jazz. Yes, a Saturday night jazz concert in Salt Lake City against Utah, led by Laurie Markkinen. That game starts Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. and you can watch that on NBA League Pass or FanDuel Sports Network Sun. Again, Heat Jazz, Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. on FanDuel Sports Network Sun. I want to thank each and every one of you who tuned in, wanted to look at the scoreboard, or while I spewed while I was talking my play-by-play commentating. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, listening to what I have to say during the play-by-play, as well as providing up-to-the-minute stats. So right now, I know it's a late night game. I know most of you guys want to go to bed. I do as well. So I just want to say, take care of each other, love one another, look out for one another. Always be kind and friendly to each other. Always be there when things aren't going your way. Because we all need somebody to lean on. We all need somebody to take care of, to look out for us and be kind, and we should do the same vice versa. Because you never know when that day comes. I'm Deron Butler, reminding you to always run through the paint. Take care, God bless. I'll see you guys on Saturday night at 9:30. And as always, go Heat. Take care. God bless. Love you guys.